Jaguar Wright isn't letting up on Will and Jada for turning out August Alsina because she just spun the block on them again and leaked the footage of Diddy pounding Jada. Apparently, Jada wasn't only getting put through the mattress by August, she was also getting piped by Diddy during those freak-offs. According to Jaguar, Diddy was putting both Will and Jada through the mattress before August even stepped into the picture, while Jada was getting handled by August. Will was also getting clapped by both Diddy and Duane Martin. Do y'all remember when his former assistant exposed him for getting his cheeks drilled by Duane Martin in the locker room? Jada even tried to intervene by threatening him with a lawsuit, but he didn't let up on Will and threatened Jada back by warning to leak receipts of him with Duane. The crazy thing is, most of the tea Jaguar has on Will came from this assistant, including him touching Bryce Shear. The tea about August and Jada's affair got spilled when he revealed back in 2020 that he received Will's blessing to be Jada's boy toy. He said he actually regretted it because his soul got sucked in by Will and Jada. By the time they were done using him, he was broken both physically and spiritually and had to spend a lot of time fixing himself.
Actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life. I devoted myself to it. I gave my full self to it. So much so to the point that I can die right now.
Jada initially tried to deny the allegations, but it quickly became clear to her that people weren't believing her, and that's when she dragged Will to the red table to talk about her entanglement with August, as she likes to call it. She said she made August her boy toy because she and Will were going through something at the time, and Will was no longer giving her what she wanted in a man.
Situation that I considered private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with your.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though.
Yeah,
Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely.
And remember how August said Will gave August his blessing to sleep with Jada? Well, Jada said Will didn't have to give her permission because she gave it to herself, and went on to let him inside her behind Will's back. Child, I don't know what's worse. Her allowing August to make us think they were in an open relationship, or her basically admitting to cheating on him.
The only person that could give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably.
Yeah.
And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker.
But it gets even worse. When Will asked her why she was getting her back blown by August, she said she just wanted to feel good. And it had been so long since Will put her through the mattress like the way August did.
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
A lot of people were surprised to hear that all this craziness was going on in that marriage. But according to Jaguar Wright, these freak-offs with August were actually just the tip of the iceberg. It turns out the reason Will was cool with Jada sleeping with August is because he was also sleeping with August, along with Diddy, Brashear Gray, and Duane Martin. Now, as I said before, Will's DL business with Duane was put on blast by his former assistant, Bilal, during an interview with Tasha K.
I open the door to Duane's dressing room, and that's when I see Duane and having sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Duane was standing up, killing him. Murder. It was murder.
Jada wasn't here for Bilal putting her husband's business on the internet, and she threatened to sue Bilal if he didn't take back the allegations he made. She accused Bilal of trying to extort them a while back, but they didn't give him what he wanted, and that's why he was now making those allegations against Will. Bilal didn't back down either, and he actually appeared on Tasha K's show again for part 2 and dragged Jada through hell and back. And he threatened to put out receipts if she didn't go through with the lawsuit in the next 2 weeks.
All right, Brother Bilal, listen, I do want to say, for the viewers, because we're going to rewind back, before we put out the interview, all we put out was a clip that went ultra viral. Okay? Yeah. Everybody in the world got this clip. It was trending for days on Twitter, okay? Before the interview comes out, what shocked me is Jada is doing her book promotional for Worthy.
Yes.
She goes to the Breakfast Club and she sits down and they ask her about you, but they can't not ask. Like, it's so huge. Right. And to my surprise, she answers.
It's ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're going to take legal action.
The reason Will responded, the reason why Jada responded, because they know it's true. Will's never responded. And they responded in less than 9 hours.
They did. That was a fast response.
That was because he know what I saw in that dressing room. He know other things that I saw. She did all this to try to scare me, but I fear no one but Allah. Jada, listen, in 2 weeks, if you don't sue me in 2 weeks, if Tasha K will have me, I'm back here and I'm dropping evidence, period. You said I extorted you. You said there's a money shakedown. You said a lot of things about me, and you know that the things that you said were untrue. Let's get into a little bit more of it. Jada runs Will, period. Me and her at war. I'm gonna put Will to the side. Will is to the side. Me and Jada, I will say this because I know you're watching. I know Karen Tense is watching.
Who's Karen Tense?
That is her PR person for years.
Okay.
Right? I know they're watching. Jada, you're a bald-head liar and you're a drug addict, right?
Oh, God.
You told the world that you were going to sue me.
Ooh.
As of yet, and you said you're going to do it swift. It's been over 2 weeks. So Jada, I'm giving you 2 more weeks to sue me. If you don't sue me, this is what's going to happen. All the sex parties, right? And the men that you hit with dildos, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names. You assassinate my character. You say I extort you. Well, extortion is criminal. Like, I would be in jail right now.
And just when we thought things couldn't get any messier, Jaguar Wright also jumped in and accused Will and Diddy of having freak-offs and tricking young boys into it as well by promising them a non-existent mentorship. She said Brashear was a victim of this supposed mentorship program, and that's why he's the way he is now.
Who knew that your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son and you ain't do shit about it? Bilal told me everything.
They're good friend who.
Bilal told me. Jada. He told me that you knew Will was f***ing your child. Yes, he did. Wonder why he left that out of his Tasha K interview.
Yeah. Yeah. In that interview, he said a lot. He said a lot.
He said everything but the thing that was important. That he know that Will Smith, Jaden, he raped Bashir and he raped Meek Mills, and you know it, Bilal. Now I don't give no fuck how far in the desert you run. You'll go from a Philly nigga to a sand, they'll still get you.
He's Philly though, Jay. It's Philly.
You know, he Meek Milk. As far as I'm concerned, he Meek Milk. I ain't calling him Mill no more. That's milk. That's Meek Milk. Added to the honeycomb. You got a meal.
So you believe the Duane Martin story that could have happened?
Of course. Everybody know that shit. Everybody knew they was just ain't nobody know Duane was folding him over like that, taking him to Pound Town.
We were at a birthday party that I think either Matt Damien was giving for Ben Affleck. It was just a little gathering. They was at the Four Seasons. Will Smith and his sister and her husband, we were all sitting on this side of the room. Matt Damien, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Puff, Will Smith, and Jada, and it was sitting on the other side of the room. So I know Puff so well that he stood up. When he stood up, he walked and did his arm some kind of way, like, and then he went like this, you know, like that. I went over towards him. I know to go over there towards him. So I go over towards him, and he said to me, he said, yo, I think Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer. I want you to stay close, because I'm going to snuff him. I said to myself, Will Smith gonna beat the shit out you. Now, Puff could scrap now, but I don't think he could beat Will Smith.
And of course, we can't talk about Will's alleged gay relationships without bringing up the infamous Facebook post David Arquette made about Will being DL. He made this allegation when a video of Will forcing Jaden to kiss him went viral. At the time, people were disgusted, and that included David Arquette. He jumped on Facebook to expose Will for being DL, claiming that Will's first marriage to Cherie Zampino ended because she caught him in bed with another man. When Jada comes out as gay and her beard husband admits his first marriage ended when she walked in on him servicing his sugar daddy Benny Medina, then I will listen to them. Now going back to Jaguar, she said Will and Diddy forced Brashear into freak-offs by buying him from his then manager Charlie Mack and his mama, Andrea.
Both bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bashir Gray, left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
The reason why folks were so convinced that Diddy and Will's mentorship was what caused Brashear to spiral was because his downfall began right after he ended the mentorship. And it's crazy because, as I said before, if they had mentored and protected him, he would have been one of the biggest actors right now. He was literally on one of the biggest shows on TV at just 17 and was being labeled as the next big thing in Hollywood. Then suddenly he went from all that to a raging substance addict and getting into trouble with the police every other day.
I'm talking about Bashir's mom. I'm gonna kick you in your and then I'm gonna go to work North Philly style. You and Charlie. You happy now? He's a gay star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. You CI. I'm sorry.
Jaguar claims that at the time all this was happening, Andrea came to her begging for help. And she told her to get Bryce Shear away from Charlie Mack since he was the link between Bryce Shear and Diddy. But Andrea did nothing and allowed Diddy and Will to allegedly keep messing with her son till there was nothing left of Bryce Shear.
That came to me and begged me for my help. I told her to get the away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to get Bashir, to help her get Bashir out of California into Chicago State to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. But because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is she wasn't nothing but a dealer's. That's all she ever was. She went from dealer to dealer, and then she snitched on whoever she needed to snitch on until she could get to the bigger bag, until she got with Larry Lair, my friend who raised Bashir in $1 million home. Your whole book is lies, Andy, and I hope anybody that bought it asks for a refund and demands it comes out of your pocket every time they see your son's gay. You and Charlie Mack. They trying to slay him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Okay.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor camp was sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. You just come on. Come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All that talent, and she let Charlie tune that boy up, knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD. What kind of mother would do that to her son? Turn him into a prostitute so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a filly. You're a big old they're making your son out to be, that's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all. I'm sorry, the Bashir conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Belial and I asked Belial to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his book.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Don't nobody care about these kids. Don't nobody care about these kids.
From the way Jaguar is talking, it sounds like this is something that Diddy, Jada, and Will have been doing, and they've gathered a lot of victims under their belt. As usual, people had their own thoughts, like this person who said, Will ruined Tisha Campbell's marriage too. He was blowing Duane Martin's back out too. Then Team Up got look lawyers and took Tisha for everything. She walked away with her freedom and gag order, like so many others. Another person said, I'd like to shave my head and claim it's alopecia. Unfortunately, her thin edge pattern of her scalp doesn't qualify as alopecia, so don't try to lie. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Jada getting her back blown by Diddy? And do y'all think Will passed her on to him? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.